Now, what we was discussing that from the literature, from the books, we have find that there was a this is a time when the social differences in differences in social structure we started finding in not in Rig Veda but other Vedas, other three Vedas. We found that there is a social differences between people that started developing, which we unfortunately even today we are carrying it as a stigma, but it started developing at that point of time. We have seen the people, those who have enough with them, they even for their to bury their dead body also, people are actually they are making some effect to make it separate, to make it make some difference between this burying thing also. We have seen that people, those who are rich with wealth, they are wealthy people, we found dead body with many copper jewelries, golden, 4 copper bangles. One we have found that there are stone beads. They use the beautiful stone beads to decorate the dead body, and they put it inside skeletons. They have they put it in a way that can say us, yes, this person was a rich person. By seeing the type of they buried the dead body, we can even say that maybe he was a king or he was someone who was dominating the society. Whereas we have found many skeletons, they were just put inside a pot and buried. That is that the way they were buried, we can say that maybe they were the common people. There is a reason they followed this. So, this type of thing actually suggests the differences between people that started occurring at that point of time. That started, some were rich, some were poor, and the discrimination between rich and poor was distinctively marked, that they are different. We have seen that some of the particular royal families or some of the maybe rich, very wealthy families, they even kept their own particular burial ground, where the family members of that only the it was just kept for the particular family members. Even today, this tradition, though it is not legal anymore, but this tradition, some of the families, they are following this ritual as their family tradition. And some circles are they are distinct based on the modern seeing the skeleton. What the skeletons, we can see that how can we define that before 3000 years ago, what type of skeleton, whatever we found that the skeleton, doing the skeleton studies only, we can find that what exactly type of people they were. Now, other than that, we really don't have anything, any evidence in our hand to find out how was their life. So, seeing their bone structure, we can now define that maybe these particular tribe, they were doing a particular type of job. Like even the bone structure of male and female is different. So, by observing that also we can say that whether it is a male skeleton or a female skeleton. Now, we about this was the time, even we can say about it was almost 2000 years ago. We have seen that medical science also started developing in some parts of India, and Charaka, who was a famous Ayurvedic physician, he wrote about he wrote a book that is known as Charaka Samhita, where he distinctively marked that almost 360 bones in human bodies. Though a child, I am not sure you know or not, that a child after just after their they are born, we can see that number of bones are many more than the one we accepted now to 206 bones in their body, in our body. Charaka has given this number counting all the teeth, cartilages, and all those soft portion also. If you count all of them, you will find that Charaka has given the right number. So, we can say that even this was possible by doing a particular skeleton study only. The way these people also, they started working on the development of the medical science. Charaka arrived this figure by counting teeth, joints and cartilages also. So, if we count all of them, then the number will be exactly the one Charaka has given, that is 360 bones if we count all of them. Now, occupations, these all evidences actually we got from a place that is a river Ghor, that is a tributary of Bhima river, Inamgaon. In this place, these all evidences we have find. This was we have see a 5-roomed house here. The largest house, maybe this house was used by the wealthiest person at that point of time, maybe the king or the ruler. And we have seen that the large like 4-legged cross-legged one 4-legged one pot, in that the dead body of some people that was buried, and some of the dead bodies we find that the skeletons they positioned as cross-leg position. So they have so many rituals, they had something in their mind, and by seeing the type of the way they are thinking, the way they are burying the dead bodies, we can easily come to a conclusion that how the people they are living their life. Think about a family who has his own burial ground, and they are following a particular ritual because they are able to follow it, because they are that much wealthy to continue that type of culture. So that also help us a lot. Now, even seeing this burial grounds, we can find that what type of occupation they have. They have many cattle with them, because we have seen that they are burying dead bodies with animals. So they have that capacity to offer an animal to a dead body. So they are offering them in that way. So we have seen the cattle like the sheep, dog, horse, like this type of ash and pig, sambar, this type of animals we have seen, as different types of birds, crocodile, that also we have seen in these grounds. And these are the evidence that they have tamed all these animals, or some way they were connected to these animals. Some fruits like ber, amla, jamun, dates, these also the evidence of these fruits also available from these particular sites, mostly the site as Inamgaon. Now, after studying this part, what we have learned? We have learned that they have developed with this is a time when they started developing their language, their literature. So firstly they started reciting and then memorizing the slokas. How they made all these slokas, how they started performing that, mostly to say their prayer to the god, and whatever the god figure we have seen here, Agni, Indra, Soma, they are very much connected to their life. There is nothing mystery in that. And 4 Vedas mostly that we find, that Rig, Sama, Yajur and Atharva. Rig Vedic time period was completely different. This is the time, these all Vedas was about people, and these from the time of Rig Veda we have seen the birth of caste system. Though the caste system at this point of time was not controlled by birth, it was controlled by their work, whatever the profession, occupation they are adopting, based on that their caste system was controlled. But afterwards, the latter part, like from the time of Sama, Yajur and Atharva, mostly the last part of Vedic age, we have seen that it was completely controlled by birth. And as it was controlled by birth, many of the superstition problems in the social structure, that also started arising. On the other side, we have seen that the burials also, there are many sentinels that are giving some megaliths. The megalithic stones they put in some of the places, maybe to protect them or to let others know that this is the site where the burial ground, where the people they are burying their dead bodies. And these burial sites also, they are telling us that there is some social differences, as the people, those who are rich, those who were wealthy, their type of burying their dead body was different. Even they use many of the utensils, their jewelries, even their kettles with them, they buried with them, thinking that they have a life afterwards and that they need to continue with that. So they were that much wealthy. Whether other side we have seen that maybe in a common common earthen pot only, the common people buried them. So there was a distinct difference in the social structure also. Now, if we see that this is not the only place, this was not happened only in Indian subcontinent. If we look at it, the type of burial thing, we have even seen this type of culture in Egypt, pyramids. You have, if you connect them, you will find some similarities, where the pharaohs, they were buried along with it in a huge pyramid, even along with their living wives and slaves. At the same time, in the other some places also, we in China we have seen that they started writing. They developed their writing method in bones. They say it oracle bones. Now this oracle bones is something like they can give you the prediction for future. There's something mysterious, something like that they made. The oracle bone they put out inside the fire. Now they crack because of the heat when you are putting that bone in the fire, with a particular question, like who will win the battle, or how we will be harvest, how will be the harvest in this year, like that. And now they put it inside the fire. Now when the bone cracked due to the heat, studying that cracking pattern, people used to predict. Some people, they were there, they used to predict seeing that oracle bone. And now you can easily say that it cannot be 100% truth every time. It is just a prediction. Sometimes maybe by chance some few that got correct answer, it is a by some chance, and they though they claim themselves as a expert, they made many mistakes. It is not a mistake, it's just their mindset, the way they are trained, they said, in depending on that. It is a type of astrology, you can say, that developed at that point of time in China. So with all these things, we can say that this is the time period when people started spreading their wings, other than just only hunting and searching for food. Last few chapters we continuously discuss that how people completely devoted their time, their complete energy just to find food, just to settle down in some place. Their main concentration at that point of time was before Vedic period in India. We found that their main concentration was just to search for food, get some food, and they get a shelter where they can live safely and find some clothes, and that's it. From this time we have seen that with literature, with language, how they started, they now concentrating on how to develop it. There's a reason Brahmins, they got the higher position in the society. Those who learned them, those who started utilizing them, they got that respect in the society. They got that, the king, those who are protecting their the territory, they got different respect in the society, rather than common work like agriculture, those who are working for getting food. So some people, those who are working something different that common people cannot do, that got some extra mileage, some got extra respect in the social structure. This also, from this period of time, we have seen that education that started dominating the society along with the literature, by holding hand with the literature and developing their language. Thank you.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.